This video is sponsored by Magic Spoon. It was 2021, and a Korean dystopian survival thriller horror show came out of nowhere and blew us all away. It was mysterious, dramatic, and violent. And with the returning season 2 of Squid Game, a bunch of new games were introduced to us, like Gonggi. The question is, can I survive the hardest of all the Squid Games? Let's find out. And no spoilers here, but there was one minigame they played that involved 5 colored stones or beads. Now I would argue it's one of the more difficult ones, if not the hardest. And this being a not channel, I think I figured out a way to recreate this game with some multi-purpose paracord. The rope that's normally used by many for utility and survival, which we can also craft a ton of things with. So I'm going to show you how we make our paracord version, and then we're going to learn to play some Gonggi. And in case you weren't aware, all paracord is coming from our very own site, paracordweavers.com. Now for our paracord version, we're going to go with my favorite knot of all time, the monkey's fist. Now I think this micro monkey's fist that I've used in the past for Begleri would be best, as the 2-pass sized version would make for the best pebble sized knot for us to play with. Now I personally didn't play this game as a child, but I do recall my mom teaching me this game using marbles. And although I didn't really get into it, and I don't personally know the Chinese name for this game, I think that version was much simpler than the Korean version. And the closest American equivalent would be Jacks. You know that game you play with the bouncy ball and the caltrops? Or those, little metal things. But for me, I was only into Pog. Does anybody else remember Pog? That was a great game. Now another thing I was really into as a kid was cereal. So while I make the monkey's fist beads, let me tell you about today's video sponsor, Magic Spoon. So I've always loved cereal as a kid, and it was my go-to for breakfast. But since becoming an adult, I've had to be a bit more careful about what I eat. And sugary cereals have become much more of a dessert to me than a breakfast item. But with Magic Spoon, I can actually indulge in cereal again and not feel so bad about it. At 13 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, and 0 sugar, I can honestly enjoy my cereal and reap in those gains at the same time. And yes, I have been working out quite regularly since the start of 2023, but anyways, I can now say goodbye to regular cereal that just isn't the best for me, and hello to Magic Spoon that's going to fuel my body for workouts. They also make these delicious cereal bars like this marshmallow one that tastes just like another childhood favorite of mine. You can also find Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee online. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. So use my code WEAVERS or click the link in the description to go to magicspoon.com/weavers or scan the QR code on the screen for $5 off. Now getting back to our project though, creating these Gonggi paracord pebbles is relatively easy using that 2-pass monkey's fist. So with these beads made in the requisite colors, they honestly feel pretty nice. So I'm hoping the shape and weight of these monkey's fists will be suitable for the game we're about to learn how to play. And if they're not, well, I might not make it out of this video alive. So how do we play Gonggi?
I thought you'd never ask.
So after a bit of research on YouTube, here are the quick and simple rules of the game. You start off with the stones in one hand, and then you scatter them on a surface. Then in the first round, you toss one up in the air, and then pick one up and catch the first one before it falls down. Do this for all the stones. And for the last one, you'll have to just toss one that's already in your hand and then pick that one up. Now round 2 is 2 double pickups. Round 3 is a triple and a single. And in round 4, you toss one up, put 4 down, catch, then toss one up and pick up 4. Jeez. Okay, and in round 5, you have to do a backhand catch of all 5 stones. And then you have to do a palm down catch of all 5. Now there is a scoring system, but because this is Squid Game, if I don't catch all 5, I'm done for. Let's give it a shot. Okay, here we go. All right.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
1, 2. The last one. Okay, so I can do the first round. Not too bad. Okay, here we go. Okay, got a double. Okay, I caught it off camera against my chest. I don't know if that counts. Does that count? I'm going to say it counts. Okay. Oh! Did you see that? Is that on camera? I think it was. Oh, okay. I can do round 3. Again, non-consecutively. Oh! I did it! Okay. Okay, so I just had to reset a little bit, but now for the hardest part, the backhand catch. All right, here we go. All right, see? Instant problems already. Come on, I can do this. Oh, okay, not 4 out of 5. This seems to be the hardest part of the routine. See, I'm going too high. Oh, my back's hurting. I'm standing, by the way. Oh, 4 out of 5 again. Nope, see, I tossed it too high. Okay, let's just pretend that I caught them on the back of my hand, all right? Let's just say we got to that point. 3. Come on. Oh, all right, well. One more. Let's try again. All right, well, okay, let's try something else. Yeah, this isn't going so well. Okay, so I'm not having much luck with these monkey's fist stones, and I think it is partially due to a skill issue, but I don't think I'm super uncoordinated. I do play with Beglary and knuckle rollers daily. It could also be an age thing as I approach the ripe old age of 40, and perhaps my brain and hands simply just aren't as fast as they used to be. But as I mentioned, they might be a little too light, a little too bouncy because of the super round shape, which also makes them roll a lot, which isn't great for the initial scatter. Now this wasn't the only knot I tried using to make the Gonggi stones. I also made a Turk's head version, which is also known as the woggle knot that the scouts use to secure their neckerchiefs, and I did this with a larger 0.5-inch steel ball bearing. Now I thought the added weight would be good and the UFO-like shape would stop them from rolling around, but they are harder to grab off the table because they are lower in profile, and only a little bit, but it does make it more difficult. I was also thinking about making a larger 3-pass monkey's fist with the bigger steel balls, but I think I'm going to encounter the same problem in that the monkey's fists are just too round for this game. And that's a big issue for the backhand catch as they just roll off of each other and off the back of my hand, which is why the Turk's head stones are a bit better for that, but they are just harder to grab off the table. Now if you look at the Korean Gonggi stones, and I keep saying stones, but they're just made of plastic or whatever, but they've got this sort of odd barrel-like shape to them that even has flat sides or ridges around them. And I think that makes them perfect for the game because that, slightly irregular shape prevents them from rolling around too much and just rolling off the back of your hand. So, I apologize, guys. I failed you. I can do some of the rounds, but to do them all in a row consecutively? Yeah, right. Part skill issue, part equipment issue. What do you think? Oh, and you, don't bother, okay? I'll do it myself. I guess there's only one game left to play.